you got a guy like Jack Brooks, who under fire he was a runner. He was a runner of information back and forth. He was taking messages from the lines back to headquarters, and he had to go through enemy lines by himself. He did it more than once. He's a winner of 2 Bronze Stars. So you can see his Bronze Star is in there, that box of theirs. I've got a book that Jack and I got close. I don't know how I was blessed with that, but we got close toward the end of his life. He gave me a book that was written, that he's in, that a writer on the Korean War wrote about part of Jack's life while he was in service there. So my heroes have always been soldiers. Just John Wayne, he's an actor, but soldiers, real soldiers that did the things that they did. I was going and looking at all those awards. I get chicken skin walking through all that. So I would look at that stuff. I mean, you see, there's several Bronze Star winners, Purple Hearts. I mean, it's just some amazing stuff. So to see that, and to go by and see Jack's awards again, it's pretty amazing stuff. So I'll go by and take a look at those and talk to some of those guys that are still up there. But I guess did the Colonel pass away finally? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The older gentleman he served in like what, 4 wars? He was,
that gentleman that always still fit his uniform.
yeah,
I mean,
white hair,
and he was
stand up straight,
I mean, he was like
late 80s,
yeah,
World War II. No, not Grady.
Not Grady.
No.
Would love to be able to still fit in my uniform.
Army Colonel Grady was in the Air Force. He still fits in his uniform, and he's down there in it. But this guy, it was funny. We were at a banquet for the soldiers here, up in here, and they would ask about, okay, those of you who served in World War II, they're still with us. Please stand up. So the colonel stood up, and then it was like, okay, those of you who served in the Korean War, please stand up, and he stood back up. And then those of you who served in Vietnam, and he stood back up. So it's just like, okay, I got to go talk to that guy. Anyway, I don't know if he's still with us, but boy, if he is, somebody should have been writing about his life. So, okay, that being said, here's the Doug question of the day. Okay? Do things always go as you expect? No! Boy, y'all got my balance way off. You people, over here. Look over here. Y'all are ready to bail out if I say anything wrong, so y'all just sit over here. Good. I'll just, here, that's better. I'll just lean that way. No. So that, if that's the deal, if things never, if you just are thinking in your head, hardly ever do things go as I expect, right? Do y'all think that's really the true comment, the true statement? Things hardly ever go as I expect. So why are we surprised when it doesn't go as we expect? Why are we surprised when we get the unexpected?
Because we think we're in control.
At 59 now, I know absolutely I've never had control.
You're fired.
Huh?
Tracy said it.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yes, that goes without saying. Yes, that's absolutely true. Okay, so you guys, how many of you read your DDG this week? A few of them. Okay, well, it probably mentions in there something about the guy that invented Post-it notes, right? Did it go into detail? Okay. He I think his name's Spencer. Something Spencer. I don't know. Look it up. But that was not his task. Okay. His task was to develop an adhesive that stuck to surfaces. Okay. That was his task. Well, that was an epic fail. Okay. It just wasn't strong enough. You put anything with any weight on it, and it wouldn't stay stuck. Okay. So he got to thinking about it, and he was talking to a friend of his who also worked there. I think it was at 3M or whatever, where they worked together. And they started thinking about it, and they applied it to these little note pieces, little pieces of paper that were being used in a building next door that were scrap. Okay, they were cutting this paper as scrap. And they thought, well, okay, let's think about this a little bit. Let's apply it to those and see what we can do with that. And hence, Post-it notes were invented. Okay? You know how many Post-it note products there are on the market today? 4,000 Post-it note products. So you go from what you expect, it was an epic fail, to something that becomes, wow, you know, this incredible success story, right? Wouldn't you like to be the one that wasn't absolutely working for 3M? You didn't work for 3M at the time, but you invented Post-it notes and you sell it to 3M. Where would you live right now, right? Great big house with a lot of land. Right. Anyway, it's just amazing. You go, this guy has a problem with what he's supposed to be doing, and then all of a sudden, the little light goes on, and just unexpectedly, this incredible blessing, you know, of success. It's just really interesting. So, let's take that story, and let's apply it to our lives. And let's think about when we're going through our lives, how often, as it says probably in your DDG, does God throw you a curveball? In a real fast spin, right? Right? My old baseball coach, if you couldn't make a breaking ball break, but you could make it spin, that was a spinner. It wasn't a curveball. So you got to really put a lot of torque on that to make it break. Anyway, that was just free advice. So when God throws you a curveball, does he often throw curveballs? How often do things go as expected in your prayer life? You pray for something, and then it's not necessarily like you expected it to come out, right? It's a little different. God puts his spin on it, and you're like, okay, so how do you respond or react when that happens? When God throws the curveball, how do we respond or react? Do you shut down? Do you walk?
I think too, though, depends on
Sometimes.
what the curveball is. Right. As to how I react.
Right.
I mean, when Ben died, obviously I shut down completely.
Well, sure.
But with Ken's
All of us would.
parents, you know, passing, I didn't have time to shut down. Because it happened so fast.
Right.
Within 21 days we were there.
For me, it's that too, you know, loss and things like that's often the big slider breaking ball, you know, that just nobody can hit. You're like, okay, I don't know. Y'all like all the baseball analogies? Sorry, that's all I got.
Just keep them coming.
Yeah.
We gotta have something to get us to February, I think.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Cowboys aren't getting us there, so.
Sunday was a depressing
And
day.
yesterday, the Longhorns. Aggies. Close doesn't count at anything but it's a horseshoe. Yeah. Oh, they're a big winner, aren't they?
Expensive with the Dodgers.
Okay, let's get back to it.
Found out this week.
So let's start thinking about how we respond. And let's just be honest with ourselves. Let's be transparent. How do we respond when you get the curveball? Do you adjust the swing? Right? Do you slow your swing a little bit, shorten up, try to take it the opposite field? What do?
Reprioritize.
A lot of people keep pushing in the same direction that they've always been pushing, and they hit all this resistance, right? Right? You swing over the top of the ball, or whatever it is, you don't adjust. You just keep moving in the wrong direction. You think that's true? It is with me. You know? Heck, I've got control. I got this. I can do it. I'm just going to keep moving the way I think this is supposed to go. I'm not going to adjust. And how uncomfortable does that become? Big time, isn't it? Really uncomfortable. And what you go through when you try to resist a little change. For me, I don't like lots of changes. I like sameness, right? If something's going to be expected, tell me about it first. Right? Let me plan for that a little bit. Let me try to get out ahead of that. It's hard for me to adjust. You know, you get momentum going forward that way, it's hard to turn it, right?
So you're saying you like him to tip his bitches?
Sir?
So you like when he tips his bitches?
Yeah, well, yeah, let me know what's coming. Yeah, it's a curveball, whatever it is. So, has it ever made you question God?
Yes.
Let's be honest. Don't tell me, no, it doesn't. No. Don't ever question God when things go unexpectedly.
What do you mean by question God?
Why?
Why?
God, why is it going this way, and why is this happening like this to me? Yes, everybody does that. If you say you don't do that, you're lying. Sorry, I should say fibbing in here, shouldn't I? Yeah. It's merely my opinion, but everybody in here has at some time or another questioned God. My aunt's heart stopped last night. Unexpectedly, they were visiting family out of town, and her heart stopped. She's in intensive care in Denton this morning. You think my uncle questioned God last night? Yeah. Absolutely. He did. I did. Right? She just recovered from this stroke. She's doing miraculously. Right? God, we've already gotten the glory for that. Why? Why is she going through this now? Okay, so if you haven't questioned God, then you haven't been talking to Him. Right? Open conversation with God. Let's be honest with Him. Right? So this is a really interesting story in the Bible. Right? Esau and Jacob, being born to Isaac. There's some tip-offs in here, right? Where they're tipping their pitches. You know something's coming. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into Scripture. We don't have a ton of time, but we got plenty.